And we're going to end things on a kind of a crazy note for former Dodger Yasiel Puig. Everyone remembers Puig Mania. He was quite the character for the Dodgers back in the 2010s. But Puig is facing a lot of trouble coming up. A jury has found that former Major League outfielder Yasiel Puig, and this is from Yahoo Sports, Yasiel Puig, they found him guilty of obstruction of justice and lying to federal officials investigating an illegal gambling operation, the U.S. Attorney's Office said on Friday. The verdict came after a multi-week trial that featured testimony from Major League Baseball officials Donnie Kadawawa, a Hawaii baseball coach that Puig placed bets through. Puig now faces up to 20 years in federal prison and is scheduled to be sentenced on May 26. Holy cow. So, wow. I mean, you got to, looking into this. This is crazy to think about. Puig betting on games, being found guilty of obstruction of justice and lying to federal officials. This is, holy shit. This is bad for Yasiel Puig. But Puig's attorney, Curtis Axel, said the government failed to prove key elements of its case and that she plans to raise post-trial motions. We look forward to clearing Yasiel's name, Axel said. Puig, 35, initially pled guilty to a felony charge of lying to federal agents investigating an illegal gambling operation. He acknowledged in August 2022 plea agreement that he racked up more than $280,000 in losses over a few months in 2019 while wagering on tennis, football, basketball games through a third party who worked for an illegal gambling operation run by Wayne Nix, a former minor league baseball player. Nix pled guilty in 2022 to conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and subscribing to a false tax return. He is still waiting sentencing. This is all bad here. Authorities said Puig placed at least 900 bets through Nix-controlled betting websites and through a man who worked for Nix. Prosecutors said that during a January 2022 interview with the federal investigators, Puig denied knowing about the nature of his bets, who he was betting with, and the circumstances of paying his gambling debts. So he's lying to the feds here. But he changed his tune months later, announcing that he was switching his plea to not guilty because significant new evidence, according to a statement from his attorneys in Los Angeles. So this is quote unquote, "I want to clear my name," Puig said in a statement. "I never should have agreed to the plea agreement to a crime I did not commit." The government argued that he intentionally misled federal investigators. They pled in court audio clips of Puig speaking English and brought expert witnesses to testify on Puig's cognitive abilities, the New York Times reported. His attorneys said that Puig, who is a third grade education and untreated mental health issues, did not have his own interpreter or criminal legal counsel with him during the interview with federal investigators where he purposely lied. Wow. So basically, Puig's trying to get off there by saying, hey, I have mental health issues. I only went to the third grade, which all those may be true, but you're still smart enough to know not to lie to the feds here. You're not getting away with that, buddy. But later in the column here, it says, Puig's former attorney, Stephen Gebelin, testified during the January 22 interview. Puig tried to be helpful in answering the investigators' questions, and the interpreter struggled with Puig's Spanish language dialect, according to the New York Times. Yeah, I mean, look, this is something here. Puig is trying to come off like he's innocent. He's trying to come off like he didn't know any better. He's trying to use this, and that, and the other. But, dude, you lied to the feds, man. This is all bad here. And, look, it'd be a shame to see this guy do a lot of time, but this is what happens when you lie to the feds on a really serious accusation here. And he's trying to get off here, and his defense attorney, they think they have enough evidence where they can clear his name. But, man, it's going to be, when you go against the feds, man, they have a lot of shit on you. So, best of luck to Yasiel Puig. Hopefully he can get his name cleared here, but if not, man, it's going to be really, really tough days for him in prison coming up.